Welcome everyone to Mental Opt Book Verse.
How many times have we placed a situation higher than it ought to be, or needed the inner strength to go through life's tough challenges, especially the ones outside of our control? One of my subscribers recommended I do a book review on this book by Carlson, PhD. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. And I must say, thank you so much for recommending. This book shares some valuable life hacks that we all can apply to everyday situations. As usual, for my summary, I made illustrations using some lessons learned from the book. But before we check it out, please do subscribe to my channel by clicking on the button in the right-hand corner. Without wasting time, please check out the summary and I'll see you afterwards.
We all have one shot at life. How do we want to live it? Are we always in a state of emergency that we often forget to stop and enjoy life for what it is? Do we overreact at circumstances or step back calmly to figure out a situation? In his book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it is all small stuff, Carlson, a one-time best-selling author, therapist, and stress counselor, shares simple yet powerful strategies that will help us approach life with more grace and ease to surmount many of life's difficult challenges as they arise. Being reactive in life is living life like it's an emergency. We often take our goals too seriously that we forget to have fun along the way to achieving them. Depending on where we are at our life brings with it the demands of school, work, relationships, parenting, social obligations, and the list goes on. In addition to these demands, we sometimes have unforeseen events occur that often throw us off. For example, having a stranger cut in front of you in traffic, or waiting on a long line at the post office where the postal clerk appears to be moving slowly intentionally. In all of these life occurrences, the author suggests viewing things from a perspective point of view rather than being reactive. With putting things in perspective, I learned 5 lessons from the book. 1. Learning to be intentional with the virtues of patience and compassion for ourselves and for others. Remember, everyone, including you, is doing the best they can at the moment. With compassion, we become more giving with our time and money. We practice random acts of kindness, and we become compassionate instead of feeling sorry for ourselves when facing a difficult challenge. With patience, we learn to view our day-to-day challenges not as a life or death situation, but as minor obstacles that need to be dealt with by applying patience and not frustration. Having patience helps us be more creative with finding solutions to the challenges and enhances our productivity. 2. Make conscious efforts to pay attention to your thoughts. When left unchecked, our thoughts can spiral out of control, mostly towards negativity and insecurities. Being in these states often makes us less productive with our time and fills our heads with concerns and annoyances without working probable solutions in the moment. The author suggested some strategies for a healthier thought process, and these include 1. Gently reminding ourselves to relax and breathe when our thoughts get overwhelmed. 2. Calming our overreactive mind that is always looking for what is next by learning to do nothing in a few minutes in a day. It is okay to be bored. 3. Use your mind as a back burner. Instead, by allowing your mind to hold on to a problem constructively and deliberately without actively analyzing the problem. Do this while you're focusing on something more immediate. This helps you keep your to-dos organized in your subconscious mind without all the chatters. Overall, these techniques on managing our thoughts will help us solve many problems in our lives with less stress. 3. Maintain the health of your relationships. There's a tendency to neglect our relationships while working towards our goals. We forget that our in-basket or to-dos will always be endless. So why not make time for precious moments with our loved ones? Intentionally listening to them when they have something to share. Put off the need to be right all the time, even when you feel you are. Be patient with your kids. Look beyond behaviors in the moment. And always remember, in life's bigger picture, it is the relationships that matter. 4. Learn to be in control of your life. One technique of doing this is to become more aware of your moods. And don't allow yourselves to be fooled by the low ones. Our moods are continuously on the run. Often, in a higher, happier mood, everything in our lives seems better. And in that moment, we often act more loving to people around us, be more productive at our work, and feel great about ourselves. However, when we are in a low mood, we lose our perspectives. Everything seems urgent, and our life suddenly becomes worse than the past day. At this point, we misinterpret those around us, place blame, and take things personally. The trick to fixing this perspective is to blame our moods and not life itself. It is never as bad as it seems when we are in a low mood. Also, be grateful for the good moods and graceful in your low moods. Remind yourself in your low moods, these too shall pass. Another technique to learning to take control of our lives is to stop the habits of arguing for our limitations. We get what we expect. Saying things like, I can't do that. I have always been that way. I would never have that, are all self-defeating statements that keep us stuck. Learn instead to expect the best for you and work towards achieving this. 5. All of life's encounter is for our growth. According to the author, life is a test. It's only a test. And our problems are potential teachers. Viewing challenges, responsibilities, and insurmountable hurdles as a test gives you a chance to succeed at life, as you often look for creative ways to rise above life's challenges. For example, when dealing with a difficult teenager or demanding boss, looking at the situation as a test rather than a struggle helps you ask questions like, why is this an issue in my life? What does it mean? What do I need to solve it? Can I view this problem from a different lens? What is this problem teaching me? Etc. Importantly, in all of life's tests, do not take life too seriously. There's a high chance that in 100 years from now, we will all be gone from planet Earth. So lighten up, learn, and grow. Overall, cease to be overly attached and focus on what is wrong with life and appreciate your life as it is now. Learn to eliminate the need for perfection and judgment on every aspect of your life, and you will begin to realize life itself is perfect. All of life, whether good or bad, has God's fingerprint on it. We just have to sometimes look deep to recognize the beauty. Enjoy every moment of the one life you have to live, and do not sweat the small stuff.
And welcome back. Overall, don't sweat the small stuff. It's All Small Stuff was an interesting read. The book contains 100 chapters, but don't be alarmed. Each chapter is short, and the book has a total of 247 pages. Every chapter gives you practical suggestions for dealing with life's everyday struggles. For me, this serves as a reminder to keep being intentional with my everyday life activities. If you do enjoy this content, please do like, share, and subscribe. I look forward to reading your comments on what you think about the book summary. I would also want to hear your suggestions on what kind of nonfiction books you would want me to make summary videos on. A subscriber requested I do a book summary on Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I'll be working on that for next week. Until then, be well, my friends, and remember to keep your mental up. See you next week, and bye for now.